Hey everyone, welcome to Live Chat Tuesday number 213 with my co-host Dee of Dee's Creative Hands Crochet. If you do not know her, her link is in the description. Most of you probably know her by now. But if you are watching the replay, welcome. Please leave us a comment down below. Hit the like button. If you are here with us currently, please leave us a comment in the chat. Let us know you're here. We have Sally Stevens, Angela Wright.
Hi,
everybody. Diane Major. Sally, I am so sorry to hear that. She says, I hope to be joining you. The vet is coming out today. I am saying goodbye to my two oldsters. Age has taken, I think she means taken them down. It's the only thing I can do for them out of love and kindness. You are in my prayers, Sally. Welcome in Mimi Tammy and Gracie Canales. And my chat's fixing to jump. Yep, there it went. Let's see. Michelle Romano, Stella's mom.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you so much, Mimi Tammy. We do have a goal going today. It is any of the super chats, so any colors. And if we get 5 of them, I will draw an additional 5 names. So that'll be 10 names total if we hit the goal. And each one of y'all that do the super chats will get 2 extra entries added on top. So,
I don't understand that. That's one of those YouTube things. I have no idea what that means, that goal thing.
It's pretty straightforward. You set a goal and you can do it either 5 super chats, 10 super chats, 50. I always do a low amount and I always set it for the longest period for 3 hours, even though I'm not live that long. But
okay, so you can set a number and then a
price. Like I always either do all colors of super chats, so they're all included, it's all inclusive, or I set it to the teal. $2 ones are higher, or the $5. I never do anything over that.
That's pretty cool.
And so once you hit a goal, you can make your own thing that you'll do if you hit the goal, like do an extra giveaway or draw extra
tickets or whatever.
That's what I do. I give entries. So
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
All right, Mimi.
Hi, everybody. I'm a little rough today. I've been running around like a maniac as usual. So
welcome, Diane Major.
You're getting the weekend, Dee, even on a Tuesday is what you're getting. This is like, I don't have a weekend. My weekends are live. So
yeah. Welcome in Great Granny C and Kirsten, Kimberly Otterson. Oh, and my chat just jumped again.
Thank you, Tammy.
Let me see. Okay.
So we had my granddaughter's baby sprinkle, they called it, baby shower. It's their second child, so they call it a sprinkle, I guess. And we had that on Sunday, and that was really cool. I got to give her one of the quilts that Mima finished for me. She was thrilled. She was hugging it. She was just thrilled. And then also that beehive blanket that I made for her. So it was really cool. She really, really liked the quilt. Just touched her. So I just wanted to tell you that. That was yesterday. Or no, I'm sorry. Sunday. It's the day before yesterday. Yesterday was a blur. I had doctor's appointments. So, yeah.
Welcome in Pamela Hunter. And thank you so much, Stella's mom. Welcome in Flower Tammy. And I think that's Rainy by her picture, the Woolly Llama Shop. It's giving y'all's tags today instead of y'all's names for
it's
majority.
Been doing that. I don't know why it does that. My last like 3 or 4 lives have been that way.
Yeah, but I try to make association the picture with the name. So
that's
I always
a good way to look at it. Yeah. That's like Mark always, Dina Cabaz, her email is what comes up. And Mark always goes, "Who is this?" He says it every single time. I'm like, "It's Dina Cabaz." It's too confusing. There she is, Dina Cabaz.
And welcome to Kendra and Alley Cat Crochet.
Your goal is reached.
Yeah, I was getting to it. I saw it on my phone, but I was trying to get everybody first. And Kendra, thank you so much. Warning, screaming goat.
She says that because of me. One time she did it and I about jumped out of my skin.
Yeah, I do. Oh, and it jumped again. Hold on. Let's see. I know we're okay. I think.
I can hear
Jessica Johnson, welcome in. Thank you, Mimi Tammy. Thank you so much, Dina.
Yeah, the sprinkle was really cool. She did like a whole table of just ice cream cones, and you could put different sprinkles and chocolate coating and all kinds of stuff on it. So that was really cool. And they had really cool decorations. She had a ice cream cone that was 6 foot tall in a corner that my daughter made out of plywood. I mean, it was super cool. Like, I don't know, they did a good job. It was really nice. But you know, my family is they have to have a party for everything. We have to have a party for everything. You name it, it's got to have a party.
Thank you so much, Dina. And thank you, Great Granny C. And thank you so much, Diane Major. And the goal is reached. So everybody that did the super chats got extra 2 entries. That is Mimi Tammy, Stella's mom, Kendra L, Great Granny C, and Diane M. Y'all will get 3 entries each. Dina, yours was a super sticker, so that did not count towards the goal, but you do get an entry for it. So thank you so much for it. And if I missed anybody, my chat is sure jumping today. So
I want to show you. This is my daughter in the solid blue and my granddaughter in the little dress. And they're touching pregnant bellies.
Aww.
It's like a baby kiss.
Yeah.
Through the skin.
Hi, Katie. She goes, it's a party.
Here's the picture of the ice cream thing I was telling you about. This
Oh,
thing was
wow.
like 6 foot tall. My daughter made it out of plywood.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That took some doing.
Taught your craftiness.
You know what, Dina? Even since you didn't know, I'll give you an extra entry, so you'll get 2 for that. But just know that when I do a goal, the goal is actually super chats. But I'll give you an extra entry, so that'll give you 2 instead of just the lonely little one. Okay.
And I'll try to find it in the envelope and pull it out.
And this is a picture of my granddaughter getting the quilt from me, Ma. She was like, "Aw." Yeah, she was like, "Aw," she's hugging it. There's my great grandson Clayton over there. He wanted that blanket, and he had peanut butter all over his face. So my granddaughter's like, "Nope, you don't get this blanket." She put it up.
Pamela Hunter says, hey, Miss Patricia. It's okay, Dina. It's okay. Okay. I think the chickens might have laid. They were cackling. Yeah, our chickens are going to get fired if they don't start laying.
No, I mean with a real fire.
Oh.
So,
She's talking about cooking our chickens.
Yeah, I just said that sounds like supper.
Hi, Melanie J. Welcome in. Yeah, Kendra Hellman's is in the house. Katie's here. Do you know the story behind that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Kendra is Miracle Whip. Katie is Hellman's.
When I was a kid, I ate Miracle Whip, but as an adult, I eat Hellman. So that puts me right on the fence with that. I don't know.
No, it's okay. Between Katie and Kendra, there's something called Mayonnaise Wars.
We've named it.
I said blue plate, somebody else said no. Yeah, I remember that. I was giving Chuck the recipe and I said no.
Hi, Anvita. Welcome in. I know, Mimi Tammy. It would be terrible, I think. She says, poor chickens. Just imagine giving birth every day.
I know, right? No, thank you.
Welcome in, Naughty Knitting Stacks. I don't know. YouTube's being crazy. So what is your name? And she says, hello from Georgia. Pamela Hunter likes Dukes. Melanie J likes Dukes.
Hello from Georgia. Okay. I see that. Hello, everybody.
Everybody saying hi to everyone.
I brought in my mosaic blanket. I figured why I was sitting here, I'd work on it a little bit because I've been ignoring it.
Yeah. Last week, I think it was last Tuesday, I was on a purl row, which that is very easy. And it's the knit rows you got to worry about because that's where the design on the knit shawl comes out. Purl rows, just no thinking. And so I actually sat and purled while I was live. So I worked on my shawl a little bit.
Yeah, I got so many irons in the fire. I don't know what to do with myself. Like I'm literally all over the place. Like I'm trying to get my tutorial out. I've got so many things going on that it's like, I feel like I'm not doing the right thing. Like I should be working on this. I should be working on that. I should be doing this. Oh my gosh, man. My head's just spinning.
Okay, so Naughty Knitting, it's not stacks. What does that say?
Sacks.
Oh, sacks.
Naughty Knitting Sacks.
Okay. Her name is Katie. We have another Katie in the house. Whoop, whoop. There's two Katies now. We got two Tammys, two Pamelas, which one is my aunt, and she's not here. Pamela Morgan's my aunt. And then we have Pamela Hunter. We have two Tammys, I think 3 Lisas.
Heidi's.
Two
Lots
Melanies.
of Heidi's. Lots of Michelle's.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's Bridget.
Hey, Bridget.
I got some exciting news, everybody. I was going to wait till it gets here, but since Bridget's here, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all a little backstory of what happened after the live sale. Okay, so me and Bridget were talking after the live sale on Friday, and I was kind of just showing her my wheel and kind of just showing how we had built, the treadle. And she goes, well, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I have this wheel I don't use, and if you would like it, I'll give it to you, and you just pay the shipping. So I have a new wheel coming.
Oh my gosh. Is it got a bigger bobbin so that you can make?
Yes.
Bridget, that's so sweet.
I just love you, Bridget. Thank you so much for doing that, and I am so excited. I really am. The first thing I did after my grandmother was asleep, but the first thing the next morning, I told my grandmother what happened. And she was so excited. She's like, well, then maybe now I can spin on that one, because I was so worried about the condition of my wheel that she would never sit down, and I afraid, you know, something would break on it. So I'm so excited. Oh, you still have her little strip. Oh,
This is Mima's first spin.
it
I
was
always
about
have it
5
right
yards.
here
Yeah.
because it's so little. It's like, what would I use it for? I thought like the middle, like in the center of a mandala, it might make the first round.
Yeah.
You know, eventually I will use it, but it's always sitting right here.
Well, she was like, well, you know, Dee has my first little piece. And I'm like, yeah. So welcome in, Terry. So yes, I am so excited. It
That's
should be here
super
sometime this
cool.
week, I'm hoping. So yay.
And it's got bigger bobbins, so you'll be able to do larger hanks. And that's so cool. That was very kind of you, Bridget.
Yes. She says it makes me happy that the wheel will be with someone who will use and love her.
Yep.
Yes, because I cannot, I can only do singles on my wheel. When I try to ply, that's when you take two singles and spin them together to make them thicker. It don't like doing that at all. I have to fix everything back a certain way when I go to spin a single again. So, and she kind of knew all the problems that I have, and she just went and offered that to me, and I was like, oh my God, I almost started to cry. I didn't, but I almost did. And so
that's so cool.
It's amazing. I'm so excited.
You should be. That's awesome. That was so unbelievably kind of you, Bridget. You're such an awesome person.
She is. Hi, Alex. Rail fan Alex is my cousin.
Bridget says it has 8-ounce bobbins and 16-ounce bobbins, a flyer. So now Crystal can make huge hanks if she wishes. Oh, that's so cool.
It has, 8-ounce, but I thought it had a 4-ounce. 8-ounce? Holy.
And 16-ounce. And then a flyer so you can make huge hanks.
Yeah, you know, I don't think I would sit and spin a whole pound of yarn. That would probably take me forever.
Power balls, Mimi says. Power balls.
Yeah, seriously.
Katie, I like big bobbins and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. I know that song.
Yeah, I do too.
You know what's funny is if I hear a song one time, and I'm not kidding, as bad as my memory is, I hear a song one time, I know all the lyrics and I'll remember it the rest of my life. I'm not joking. Every song I've ever heard is in my brain and I can remember every word. Mark freaks out about it. He's like, you know, we'll be listening to country and I know all the words. We'll be listening to rock. I know all the words. We'll be listening to punk. I know all the words. We'll be listening to heavy metal. I know all the way. He hates heavy metal. Mark does not like heavy metal. He said, I don't like people screaming at me. That's what he said. Which cracks me up. But I mean, I listen to everything, R&B, I listen to jazz, I listen to blues, and any song I've ever heard, I know all the words. I don't know what it is. It's like a music category in my brain. But I can't remember what I ate yesterday, and I can't remember what words need to come out my mouth. I can't remember birthdays. I can't remember holidays. I have to be reminded and write down everything or I forget. But I can remember every lyric. Makes no sense.
I used to be that with numbers. You give me a number or a phone number or, you know,
I used to have a brain full of phone numbers before we got the, you know, smartphones.
I'm going to call Naughty Knitting Sacks since we have two Katies in here. Katie Sacks, how about that? And she says, this is what I am here for, fuzzy ball jokes.
I got a t-shirt that says, I carry a 9mm. I like big balls. What else does it say? I can't remember, and I don't wear it because I'm nervous that people think I have it, but I wear it around the house. We'll put it that way. But it says some really kind of almost vulgar things, but it's all about crochet, you know.
Yes, Diane, I most certainly will.
I know, isn't that super cool, Bridget? She's so sweet.
My nephew still will sing all the funny songs. He's now grown and has 4 tours in Iraq. Oh, cool.
Sounds like my cousin. Yeah, my cousin did 4 in Iraq.
Hi, DenyseLee.
Well, thank him for his
in.
service and bless your heart. That's all I can say, because that was a rough time.
Anybody that bought yarn from the live sale or won a prize like the monthly winners or summer, if you're here, everything has been shipped out.
Don't you love it when that happens? Oh my gosh, it's such a relief to me. Because like I put all my packages in the dining room in this one corner. Mm-hmm. And there's a, you know, like an old antique chair sitting there, and I put everything on top of the chair, and it'll be stacked to the ceiling and whatever. And I'm like, Mark, please help me get this mail out, please. It drives me crazy.
Thank you so much, Denise.
It's like a complete relief of tension when those bags go out the door, you know.
Mm-hmm. And also yours is on the way. The hand spun yarn that we bartered for. It's also on the way too.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
I can't
welcome.
wait to see it.
I hope you like it. Mimi Tammy says, D, it was very rough. He was STF SHT over artillery. He was one to get home safe. Staff Sergeant Word, correct? Butchered it.
Okay, Staff Sergeant over artillery. Okay, I get it. He was the one to get home safe. I know my cousin has a lot of issues from that time. He's got broken bones. He's got PTSD, of course. You know, it affects his daily life, and I don't think a lot of people realize that, you know, about our service guys, you know, that affects the rest of their life every day, the rest of their life. Even if they didn't get hurt, they mentally got hurt. They've seen things that we will never see, you know. That's why I appreciate the military so much, because without them, who knows where we'd be, right? We sure wouldn't be sitting in rooms full of yarn. I'll guarantee you that.
Yeah. Bridget says that's why I ship as fast as I do, because I'm scared things will get lost, misplaced, or forgotten about. Same here. Yeah.
I don't worry about that because I have a system. Believe it or not, I do have a system because I'm so forgetful. If I don't do my system, I would forget and lose things and whatever. And I actually have a pretty good system that I use. If you want some help, I'll let you know what it is. But I have a system, and I immediately put them in the bags and write the names on the outside of the bag, seal it up, set it in the corner, and then when we're ready, then I can do the labels. But before then, the name's on it, it's sealed, it's ready to go, and it's in the corner. That's how I do it.
I did for the live sale. I packaged everything up, took a sticky note, taped it on with the person's name, and then once the money all hit my bank, I went through and I did each one. Mom helped me with the.
I just take a Sharpie for me. I just take a Sharpie and write their name on it because I know I'm going to put the label right there. So I just, that's how I do it, and it seems to work. So,
well, I use black poly mailer bags, so I mean a Sharpie doesn't really work on that.
Yeah, black poly bags are a marker's not going to work on that.
Yeah, Stella's mom, they sometimes do.
Yeah, for sure.
Mimi Tammy says, D, I love my Lotus sun catcher. It is so beautiful in the window with sun hitting it. It's amazing colors.
I know. Don't you love those things because of the iridescent and just the sun shines through and it puts little iridescent, which by the way, my Fancy Pants, my frog dog, as you guys know her, she has a thing about light. Like if I take, you know, like say you got a flashlight in your hand, she'll be following it the whole time. Like if I went like that to the floor, she would pounce on the floor. If I went up like that, she'd be doing this. I mean, she's got this thing about light. And so my sun catchers will drive her a little cuckoo. I have to keep her out of that room, out of the area where I have my sun catchers. And the one in the den where my dogs are, the den kitchen, it doesn't sparkle as much because there's a lot of shade there. And so that one doesn't bother her. So we have a gate right there and whatever. But if I let her in the rest of the house, she starts chasing those iridescent sparkles from the sun catcher, you know. She's definitely preoccupied with moving things and lights, and she's hilarious. You'll label everything. I have to wait till Mark comes and weighs and measures and all that. I get overwhelmed easy, and so Mark has to help me before I print labels. I can't do it. I gotta wait for Mark.
Well, you have like twice as many or 3 times as many packages going out than I do. So.
I send out probably close to 75 packages a month.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, you figure I do, you know, a ticket giveaway, 4 small giveaways on every live, you know, plus the big box, plus the members, plus, you know what I'm saying? By the time I get done, it's to the ceiling. You know, I'm guessing at 75. It's probably a little less than that. But yeah. And if I have a dib sale, there's 75 right there. You know, it's a bit much. I know. I love Fancy Pants too. Thank you, Stella's mom. She's hilarious. She's very fixated. You know, and this thing with the frogs is so funny. So I were calling her the frog dog. She doesn't hurt them. She doesn't touch them, but she stomps on the ground to make them jump. And when they jump, she jumps, and they jump, she jumps. And it's all day long. Like I have to make her come in and get something to drink. It's hot outside. Like she'll be out there, you know, and I'm like, Fancy, get in here, you know. Oh, she is something else.
Canella we'll have a toad going through the garage or something, and mostly at night, you know, but she will like walk along with this frog, and then she'll stop with it at her back feet and like kind of flop on her side.
Oh, she wants to play with her.
She likes to play with them. She don't try to eat them, but then they pee everywhere, and then she's like, you know, what happened?
Well, we live, you know, in our back here in the forest, we have wetlands. So we have jillions of tree frogs. They're everywhere. And we probably got 30 giant 500-foot oaks in our backyard, and they're all over the trees. They're all over the grass. They're all in the weeds. You know, they're everywhere. And she can sit out there all day long. Can you tell he's been working in the garage?
Hi.
What's up?
Awesome. He's made me a nervous wreck. He was fixing this big giant metal thing. A-frame chain thingy that he uses for cars and stuff. And it's solid metal, you know, it's solid big, you know, metal poles. And I'm like, Mark, because I mean, this guy falls off ladders, right? I'm like, Mark, you shouldn't be doing this by yourself. He's lowering it, and one side was going down, the other one wasn't. He was making me nervous wreck. And so his grandson, Marky, came over, and he's here to help him, thank God, because it was scaring the heck out of me. Yeah, like a motor pole. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. He's going to use it. My son brought over a couple of his jet skis for Mark to work on. My daughter's van's out here. We've got the cars are lined up, and the vehicles and the jet skis and boats and for Mark to fix. And so he needed to get that under control. I guess it wasn't right. I don't know. Anyways, he's been making me a nervous wreck for the last couple of days working on this thing. Yeah, like tree frogs. I know tree frogs are the best, aren't they, Bridget? Yeah, Fancy. Them are her best friends. Those are her best friends. She loves them to death. Somebody had commented on my little shorts about Fancy and said that their dog had put a toad in its mouth and it started foaming at the mouth. And I got all scared and I'm like, oh my gosh. But I noticed that she doesn't like, she might nudge him with her nose, but she doesn't like, you know, put him in her mouth or anything like that. So I think I'm okay. But that made me really nervous. I was like, oh no. I showed Mark the comment. It was probably one of you guys actually. The comment that somebody's dog got a toad in their mouth and it made him foam at the mouth. And I was freaking out loud about Fancy. Keep her in the house. And Mark goes, let me just watch her, you know. So he went out there watching. He goes, Dee, she doesn't go put her mouth anywhere near him. Worst case scenario, she nudges him with her nose so they'll jump again. So I think we're okay, but that did make me a little nervous.
Yeah.
Something happened to my baby.
One of the days when we were loading the car up for the garage sale this weekend, I had opened the back lift, the back hatch, and there's like a little track that goes around the opening, and there was a tree frog about that big in there, and so I just kind of scooped it up and put it in the front flower bed.
Something else I noticed too, like on our back patio, there was a big giant toad. You know, it was about this big. Fancy just walked past it. She didn't care. She went out to play with her tree frogs. So she must not like the bigger ones. I don't. They don't move around enough or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Kirsten is saying most time the foaming is not a big deal. Just have to rinse their mouths out. Just need to make sure the frog or toad is not poisonous.
Yeah, but see, that's what I was worried about, you know, because she's out there and I, you know, constantly trying to get her to come in the house and relax. And, you know, I would have no way of knowing, you know, we've got a big yard and I would have no way of knowing if she, you know, put something in her mouth or not. But then Mark went out there and sat on the patio and just watched her. And he said, no, I think we're good because she doesn't, you know, she doesn't even try to put them in her mouth. So,
yeah.
But she makes me nervous.
Hi, Karen JSP. Welcome in. She says, hi, everyone. There are places with poisonous toads. Not sure in North America. Maybe Australia or Amazon, she's saying.
I think there is poisonous toads here, but I don't know that to be fact, you know, so I don't know. But it just, when someone wrote that in the comments, I was like, oh my God, I never thought about that. What if it's poisonous or whatever, you know? So, and hello, Karen, by the way. Hello, everybody I missed. Yeah, that just made me a little nervous about her and her obsession with the tree frogs. She gets mad at them if they jump on the tree, like, hey, I was playing with you. What's up? You know?
Oh, awesome, Mimi Tammy. She goes, thank you each for prayers for my cataract surgeries. I get my glasses tomorrow. Hugs. I really appreciate each of you. You're very welcome. Glad you're getting your glasses tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm glad everything went well. And me and her talk on Messenger, so I kind of had a insight to some of that. But yeah, I'm glad everything went well, Mimi Tammy. Look up cane toads, poison dart frogs. Best to be careful. Hoo-wee. Okay. Yeah, there's not much I can do to control her. If she goes out to go to the bathroom, she's tree frog hunting. She wants to play with her buddies.
Stella's mom says Stella has started to tiptoe so she can sneak up on the lizards.
On the lizards. Tiptoeing. That's cute. You should take a video of that. It's like when Fancy stomps her feet, she'll go through the grass and she'll go with her feet. She's doing that so they'll jump, and it cracks me up. Like, this has become a thing for her. She goes out there and stomps her feet in the grass, you know. It's so cute.
Katie been yarnified says, why is this making me think of Beavis and Butthead? There was an episode where they were licking frogs, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Beavis and Butthead.
I did. Yep. You choked me up, Katie. Yes, there was one where they were licking frogs to get stoned or something. Too funny.
Yeah. Mama said more like get warts.
Yeah.
Get wart on your tongue. Ooh.
Yeah, no thank you. I'll pass on that. I wanted to show you a couple of things that I made yesterday. Yeah, I think yesterday, the day before.
Awesome.
But I made them with see?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like this is all from Dollar Tree. This is just like a big velvet, or not velvet, felt sunflower. And then this beaded ring is from Dollar Tree. And this one I did weaving with my darning needle.
Mm-hmm.
And then down here, I don't know if you can see, I got them all tangled up, but there's bees and whatever hanging from the bottom. And the other one I did like a doily. And this one's a doily.
Oh, cool.
Just some, I put some bees on it. And,
that's pretty.
but Dollar Tree and a little scrap ball of yarn. And the Dollar Tree had these little sunflowers too. I got the bees on Temu, but like the little sunflowers were from Dollar Tree. This part was from Dollar Tree. This part was from Dollar Tree. So that and a scrap ball of yarn,
Mimi Tammy says, fancy pants is also fancy feet. It takes skills to not smash the little froggies.
I know, she just goes right next to him. Like, she's just funny. Everybody was telling me how much they love those videos. So I made a second one the other day when I said, she's at it again. It's every day. I can make a video about her doing that every day, but I think people would get bored with it. But yeah, she does it every day, all day, until the weather changes and the frogs go away.
Yeah. Mimi Tammy says, my favorite flowers are daisies and sunflowers. And she enjoys the videos.
Yeah, I like daisies. My mom's favorite was daisies. My granddaughter's was sunflowers, but I've always liked those two flowers. But the other one I like is stargazer lilies. Those are my favorite. I got tattooed all the way up down my leg. Stargazer lilies are everywhere on me. So yeah. I
had was it last year or the year before? I bought us, me, you, and I think it was the year before last. I had bought bulbs of stargazer lilies because I love lilies, all the lilies.
Yeah, me too. I love lilies, but stargazers are my favorite.
They ended up dying. They never came back. I was like, oh, man. So, but we have daylilies out there. So,
well, these ones are supposed to be like sunflowers. This is the tattoo I got when my granddaughter passed, and it's supposed to be sunflowers in different colors of daisies. This tattoo here for my granddaughter. So I got sunflowers, daisies, and stargazer lilies tattooed on me.
Everybody is saying how pretty the sunflowers are.
Oh, thank you. It was just, I've wanted to do it for a while, and I was going to just take felt and cut out the sunflower, petals. And I put it off because I thought, I'm not going to get it right, and it's not going to look straight. And then me and Mark are in Dollar Tree, and I see that. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. That'll work for this project I've had in my head forever. So
yeah.
Something else.
Welcome in, Janice Surfer.
Something else I've been doing is I got a video coming out, and I always, when I come on here, I show everything I put on a video. But I've been making these little dolls. These are keychains.
Uh-huh.
Aren't they cute?
Yeah, super cute.
Little wooden beads, more scrap yarn,
Aw.
Yeah. Pretty simple. They're not hard. But I made a few of those and the sunflowers, and I should be concentrating on other things, but my brain goes all over the place. So
Bridget says, lilies are my favorite. The stargazer are my favorite.
Oh, thank you, Mimi. Yeah,
So says, I also really love roses. I have many roses tattooed on me. Oh, we have Infinitely Zero. Nisi.
Hello, Nessa.
What's her name? Nessa? Nisi?
Nessa.
Nessa.
Yeah. That's one of my buddies too. This is a big one that I made. Nessa has raffia as like this part. And I gave her, you know, legs, and she's a lot bigger, and I put sparkles in her hair, and you know, that's a bigger one, but those other ones could be used as a keychain. I think this one's too big for a keychain. I mean, it's pretty big, you know. But I just think they're really cute. Yeah. Somebody wanted to see them closer. That's about the best I can do there. But yeah, they're fun to make. They only take a few minutes. I just wrap the yarn around my phone. wrap it, and cut. If I don't have my Clover thing next to me, I use my phone. But yeah, those are some little projects to distract me from all the things I have to do, which doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I have to do that for my own sanity. I'm so busy all the time. Sometimes I just gotta do some weird stuff or different stuff.
Can you answer the phone when it's wrapped in yarn if it rings?
Right.
Kendra says, I have 8 rows on skulls so far. Long way to go on this shawl. Not even halfway through the cake. Oh.
I know. I told that lasso shawl. And I tried to do that. Like, I don't know why it wasn't registering. I couldn't get my brain wrapped around it. Like, I was messing up. There was like one corner or something. Kendra probably knows. One corner or something that I was messing up on. I kept having to frog it. And then finally I followed Fiber Spider, I think is the one I actually was able to do the lasso shawl. And I made one, and I'm like, I'm done. One and done. I'll never make another. That's the one that's on my chair right now, actually. Here. You can see it. Can you see?
Hold on. Let me make you bigger.
It's on my chair. See? And it goes. Yeah. That's my one and done. Not doing that one again. Nope. That one about drove me crazy.
Mimi Tammy says, I loved lilies and had a huge round above ground flower garden at Lake Home. People would stop to take pictures in front of the lilies. I can't find my actual picture. Aw.
That's cool. I wanted to show you something else. My daughter gave me my granddaughter's pants. I don't know, you can't really see. But these are my granddaughter's pants. And she said, Mom, I think you would like these. They're weird like you. So, so she gave those to me yesterday. So I'm wearing Bailey's breeches today.
Thank you, Stella's mom.
Yeah, my daughter calls me her hippie mom. My hippie mom. Jeez. Something else happened that was really cool. My younger son, Nick, the one that breeds the Frenchies, he had to, for my grandson's high school, they had to paint the parking lot or something. And some of the families were doing like special paintings or something on the actual concrete or asphalt, whatever it was. And my son did some really cool stuff on his section of the driveway, and he sent me pictures, and he goes, Mom, Jessica, which is his wife, Jessica says I get my artistic ability from you. I started laughing. I go, painting driveways? Or yeah, it's something I do. Bailey's breeches, exactly, Katie. Yeah.
Nessa says, yeah, that lasso shawl is tough. I had a hard time making mine too. I keep it on display on a recliner in my living room. I followed his tutorial too.
Yeah, that's why it's on my chair. I figure, it's like it's a one and done. I'm not gonna do another. I did do a poncho that had similar skulls but larger, just around the edges of the poncho. It was supposed to be a shawl, but of course I turned it into a poncho. And that's what I do. I just turn all my shawls into ponchos. But I don't remember what that one was called, but it had the similar skulls on it. That one wasn't as bad. I don't know why. It was easier for me to follow that pattern or tutorial than it was the lost souls. I tried and tried and tried. I was getting so frustrated. I'm like, I need this in my life. I have to make this. I would frog it, start again, all with yarn art cotton cake, the real thin, it's like, oh God. Yeah, that was a pain in the butt, and that's why I'm never doing it again.
Hi, Diana Crane. Welcome in.
But I did complete it, so I'm proud of that.
So on the Lost Soul shawl that is on the back of your chair, you used yarn art?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see, it's
Katie
real.
had asked a little bit back in the chat. She had asked, what yarn did you use?
I don't know if you can see, it's very thin. It's the yarn art. I guess you can't really tell, but yeah, it's the yarn art. So it's like I believe it's a 2-weight, if I'm not mistaken. It's a 2-weight, but sometimes I kind of disagree with that. Some of it feels more like a 1, like you're using lace weight.
Yeah. Kendra says, this is my second one. We'll make more, but not with this yarn again.
Yeah, the yarn art one. Yeah. That's a toughie. And of course, I have to pick yarn art to do it with right off the bat. I'm going to learn how to do this with the worst yarn to try to learn to do it. I should have started out with like a 4-weight. Did you use more than one color of it? No, that was one of those multicolored, cakes. You'd put that on your door. Or are you talking about the sunflowers or the Lost Souls, Dina?
And they're talking about on lilies, remove the pollinated stem that's in the middle of the flower because it's poisonous to dogs and cats.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I didn't know that, but I kept it up. It was outside, but I mean, none of my animals ever messed with plants except Oreo would go mess with my catnip.
Well, of course.
But it was food grade catnip, so you could make teas out of it, or
They didn't grow.
All my lilies are in the front yard, and my backyard is fenced in. That's where the dogs are, so they don't have access to the lilies. Anything other than rose bushes that are in my backyard, my dogs destroy. So I don't plant flowers back there because they'll just run them over. That's like planting a garden is next to impossible in my yard. So I had to do, what do they call it, where you put it in a pot?
Yeah, container gardening.
Container gardening. Yes, I have to do container gardening or they'll ruin anything I put out there.
Hi, KimG. Welcome in.
It's probably because there's frogs jumping through it or something. I don't know. But they seem to plow through my plants pretty good. Except for rose bushes. I wonder why. Yeah. I have a whole lot of mullein growing in my front yard too. Just random out of nowhere, mullein started growing, which is really cool. That is a very beneficial plant. And I used to give my mom mullein tea for her COPD because it's good for the lungs. If you don't know, mullein and thyme are really good for your lungs. And I used to make my mom tea out of the mullein.
Thank you very much, Janice.
Hated working at the vet clinic around Easter. So many cats coming in. Kidney failure from eating lilies. Oh, wow, Katie. You don't think you know mullein? Mullein looks kind of like a milkweed, is the way I can describe it. It's tall and it has, that kind of shape of a leaf, but they almost look fuzzy. Is the only way I can explain mullen. And it's super, super good for longs. It's good for several things, but I gave it to my mom for the COPD. And you can make tea out of it. Tastes decent. You know, I used to put thyme in there as well. Thyme is good for that as well. So you can make tea out of the mullen, and it's probably a weed in the yard or whatever. We had a bunch of mullen just start growing in the front yard, so I started using it. And now we nurture it. At first it was like all weeds, and Mark would buzz it down with the weed killer, you know, the weed whacker. And now, you know, we keep it and kind of nurture it because it's very, very good for you.
Kendra says her first Lost Soul shawl was made with this. I love this cotton.
Okay, that's not as bad because that's thicker. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a lot thicker. I think that's like a 3 or a 4. I got some over here. I could look.
Mimi Tammy says my first kitty via late hubby Laser would go crazy after catnip, tore up all my houseplants.
I have one of those. I don't know if you guys ever seen these catnip ball, and it's on a plastic thing and it spins. And it has a sticker on the back, and you can stick it on something, and your cat can go up and lick the ball and it'll just spin. So they treat it like a toy, but it's actually catnip. Yeah. And what was really funny is I had moved a statue that was in my dining room. I had accidentally moved it in front of her catnip ball thingy. And she had like this bad attitude, and I couldn't figure out what was the matter with her. She was all, rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, what's the matter with you? And she knocks over the statue. I was like, oh, because I put it accidentally in front of her catnip. So apparently she has an addiction. I don't know. She got an attitude with me. Oh.
Gracie says I have to put my lilies in the backyard because the deer eat them in the front yard. Oh,
Okay.
Welcome in.
How can a deer eat them if they're poisonous? Wow.
Yep, it is Tuesday.
It is Tuesday, yep.
Kim is asking, what part of the mullen do you use for the tea?
The leaves. You just take the leaves off and dry them. You know, leave them outside. I always put them on, it's like a nutting kind of pan. I don't know what to call it. It's a big square. I put it in my my oven is an air fryer, my whole oven. And that was what came with my oven. And I always just put the mullen on there, let it dry out in the sun, and then you bring it in and you can grind it up with your hands and make tea out of it. It's actually pretty darn good tea if you like tea. Yeah. Super good for you. Super good for you. And it'll help clear the mucus out of your lungs, not to get gross, but it will help clear the mucus out. And I noticed that my mom's oxygen level went up quite a bit once she started drinking the mullen tea. Now, that could be coincidental, but I think the mullen tea definitely helped out with that. Yeah.
Yolanda Perkins has been a member for 26 months, and she
wow.
says, and everyone. Thank you so much, Yolanda.
That's awesome, Yolanda. I cannot wait to get this section of this blanket done, because then I get to start the next tutorial. You know, I'm doing the Havana mosaic blanket, if you don't know, Crystal. And there's 8 parts of it. 7 parts are sections in mosaic. And then the last part is the envelope border to go around. Well, I'm on the 4th, but I had to double it because I made it too long, of course, too big as usual. And so I had to double the center to make it, you know, proportioned.
Yeah.
And I'm finally done with the middle. I've got like one more row, I think, and then I can move on to section 5. Very happy to do some other stitch. I mean, this one here, I'll show you the stitch I'm doing. And this is the stitch I'm doing. And quite frankly, I'm sick of doing it. So I'm very happy. I only got one more row after I finish this one. And I get to move on to the next section and learn something else because I'm sick of doing this one.
Sticks and she's sick of it.
Interested about hearing about drying plants for health. You know, my grandma was an herbalist, and you guys know I'm Native American, so we use a lot of natural healing things, you know, from nature. And I actually used to teach classes at the American Indian Center, and it's part of my brain that disappeared because I'm having a really hard time remembering the different, you know, combinations of herbs and stuff. So a lot of people have been asking me about that. And tedious, yes, it is, Tammy. A lot of people have been asking me about that, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to research it again and see if I can trigger that part of my brain. I know it sounds silly, but I had a mini stroke, and it took away some of my memory, including recipes, some of the medications that I used to make. A lot of those things are gone, and it's really irritating. It's really, really irritating. Thank God that's all that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a lot worse. So I thank God for that. But on the same token, it's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? Like day to day, just words coming out of my mouth or whatever. It's very frustrating. But I'm going to look into the herb thing again and see if it triggers my memory. And if I can do that, then I will definitely share some recipes with you guys because they're very beneficial. Using natural herbs and things like that is much, much better for you than pharmaceutical drugs. But on the same token, you know, I want to disclaimer, don't stop your medications until, you know, some medications, if you stop abruptly, can actually damage you worse. So it's pretty important to try to stay as natural as you can. I believe that prolongs life, and I believe it cures a lot of things that the government doesn't want you to know that it'll cure. And have you ever tried the magnesium gel truck? You know, Nessa was telling me about that. I can't remember what she told me. Magnesium, that's for my restless legs. If you have muscle spasms and things like that. Magnesium and something else. What was it, Nessa? Did I see the elephant that Crystal made? Yes, I did. It's adorable.
Chuck says it's the season for mullein and oil of oregano, and he says a little bit down cinnamon and cloves too. I like cinnamon, hate the smell of cloves.
Not me, I like it.
And then Katie asked Chuck, "What do you make your own oils? What do you do with oil of the oregano?" And he takes it before bed to help with sleep. Oil of oregano. So that would be a natural way you could help with your sleep.
Yeah, I have restless leg syndrome, and I take a pharmaceutical medication called Ropinirole. And I really wish I didn't have to take it, to be honest with you. I'm trying to completely steer away from any pharma. I'm just trying to steer away from them. But on the same token, you don't want to mess up your health either. You know, if you've been taking a medication for a long time, it could have side effects, even death, if you just abruptly quit taking it. And what's really funny is I grew up in a house where everything was done naturally, obviously. You know, my grandma being an herbalist, everything was natural. But as time progressed, you know, we get sucked into the media and all that stuff, telling us we need these medications, and our doctors are pushing them for money for themselves and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, they'll find out, oh, this medication doesn't work for what we made it for, but let's, push it out for this problem, you know? So I don't trust all that stuff. It scares the heck out of me. And I would really like to get off the Ropinirole. And I take potassium. I take a multivitamin. I take K, D, B12s, D3s, fish oil. I take literally a handful of vitamins every single day. And I honestly think that that's the reason I'm in such good health. I do have issues with my throat due to the surgeries from polyps and all that kind of thing. And I have allergies, what do you do about that? So, there are certain things like, but I would really like to get off the Ropinirole. That's my next pharmaceutical. I was on antidepressants. I quit taking those. They had me on so many different medications for my anxiety and depression and all that kind of stuff. And I quit taking 90% of it. And quite frankly, I feel better. I didn't think I would, but they just, they keep pushing it at you, So, just when a doctor gives you, I'm not saying don't listen to your doctor, don't take your medicine. Just look into it and see what the side effects are and keep on top of that. If you're getting side effects from medication, keep on top of that, man. It could cause you worse problems. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen the commercials. Oh, this helps you lose weight, but it also does this. It's like, oh my goodness, I just prefer not to mess with pharmaceuticals. I'd rather go the natural route. But I do understand
the commercials that say, I don't remember the exact one. I don't want to say a name and say it wrong, but it'll say this is good for so-and-so. But then it says like 45 side effects, you can have a stroke, you can
and the last one,
lose your kidneys, you can go blind, you can have a heart attack.
Yeah, and the last one is always may cause death in rare occasions.
Thank you.
Yeah, please.
Well, thank you. I just go, no, I don't think so. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Not good advertising.
But like I said, in some cases, the pharmaceutical companies do have it right. And, I'm just saying that on GP, but, and the pharmaceuticals do have it right. And you do need to take these things for your blood pressure and things like that. But I think there's a lot of natural substances that would be better for you and would do the same job. Just, you got to check into things,
Saffron and dandelion can assist with anxiety.
Saffron and dandelion?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That just triggered something in my brain. I think I remember that. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I literally had a file cabinet in my brain full of that stuff, and the file cabinet has moved on. I think it's in a storage unit.
Hi, Vicky Oodles. Welcome in.
Hey, Oodles. Yeah, but, if you are taking pharmaceuticals, pay attention to the side effects and make sure that it's not affecting you that way, because it'd be detrimental. You know what I mean? And stay on top of it. Maybe there's a different medication or something else that you can use that won't give you those side effects. Doctors will prescribe you stuff. They never tell you about the side effects. And if you don't know to tell them, I've been getting lots of headaches, or, my blood pressure is going nuts, or I got a cramp in my left leg, and they, and you don't know that, you should probably tell them, because it's a side effect of that medication you're taking. If you don't know, it's like that leaves your brain. You don't think to tell them, and it could be a side effect of the medication. So, just stay on top of that, side effects. Make sure you mention them to your doctors, things like that. It could be detrimental. Really good.
Chuck says, I'm trying to take over the local shaman in my tribe. He needs to step aside.
There you go, Chuck. Well, I am the local shaman, and I can't remember. Yeah, I'm having a really hard time with that memory loss, man. It's driving me crazy. So, yeah, I am the local shaman, and I can't remember. That's just terrible. I'm very helpful, aren't I?
Chuck, do me a favor. A couple of people want your link. Please type drop and drop your channel, and then they can go to your channel and grab your link for your shop.
Yeah.
You still have your Etsy shop, right?
Yeah, Chuck is pretty good with the natural stuff. I've noticed over time that he knows what he's talking about. But once again, disclaimer, do not just quit taking your medication, because some of that could be detrimental. And, just pay attention to side effects and things like that, because, it could be making other parts of your health worse.
Yes, he still has his Etsy shop, and I am switching over to Shopify too, he says.
Shopify too?
Hmm.
Okay, so he has an Etsy right now, but he's switching over to Shopify.
I think so, yeah.
I heard a lot of people are doing that. They must charge, Chuck, do they charge less? You know, because I know that Etsy takes a lot of your money away.
Well, see, and I heard this straight from Mohair and More. I was in their store, and what they do is they have a website where they sell their fiber, but they also have an Etsy shop. And they told me out of the mouth of them, they said, we have to jack up the prices on our Etsy store. So if you ever buy online, buy from our website, because
Yep.
they charge tons of different fees.
Yeah,
So,
that's like me. It's like I was telling Mark, you know, like when we have leftover yarn at the dip sale, I should put it on like Macari or whatever. But you know, I have to investigate that. Matter of fact, Katie, I was gonna call you about talking about Macari. I'll give you a call later. We'll talk. But anyways, I know Macari takes a percentage as well.
wow.
Excuse me.
He says Etsy takes about 35% of gross sales.
That's nuts. That's as bad as YouTube. Shouldn't say that. What's the truth? I can't help it. I'm a truth speaker.
Well, when I sold one item like last month on eBay, and they take 15% of what you make. I didn't know that. I didn't know the percentage, but they took like about $25 on top of what I made. So
I know I have a Macari page where I have some native jewelry on there. It's been up there for years, you know, and I just kind of got lost in the shuffle. I sold quite a bit of what I had, but there's still some items up there. Well, the other day, randomly, years later after the item had been up, a lady bought one of my native rings. And it was kind of an expensive ring because it was stamped in, you know, had a signature from the actual tribesman that had made the jewelry, you know, whatever. Anyways, the lady bought it, and Macari didn't know how to pay me or something. I don't know what. By the time it was all done, they had took out of, I would have to say 10, I would say almost 20% Macari took from me. But they also paid the shipping. You know, they'll send you a shipping label. So they also paid the shipping, but they did take like close to 20%. If I'm not wrong, maybe Katie can let me know. But yeah, I'm trying to find a platform. You know, me and Mark are going through things, and like I must have, no joke, 200 to 300 Beanie Babies. Yeah, back when it was a thing. And it's like, I don't want these Beanie Babies. I don't know what to do with these things. You know, I know some of them are worth money, but, you know, do I want to spend the time? And there's a lot, you know.
Grandbabies.
Yeah, it's not a thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not a thing. So they could care less. You know, they could care less about it. And besides that, my youngest grandchild is 14. You know, my daughter's getting ready to have one, so I will have one coming, and I have a 2-year-old great grandson, and you know, he's into trucks. He could care less about stuffed animals, whatever. As long as you buy him a truck, you are his best friend. You know, like what did we used to call them back in the day? Oh, I don't remember. Like dump trucks and, you know, them kind of trucks. Yeah. Those are the kind of trucks that he likes. And so he don't care about any other toys. He just wants to play with his trucks, period. So I'm thinking nobody wants these. I don't want them. And I'm quite sure there's still collectors out there, but I don't know where to put them. You know, like where do I put all the, I mean, there is a giant tub of Beanie Babies. And, you know, Beanie Babies are little. There is a giant tub of them. And
Christmas time toy drives.
They don't really have those around here.
They don't?
No. A lot of the biker people that I know, they do toy drives, but it has to be new. the things have to be brand new. You know,
Chuck
because they don't
Taylor
want kids getting
Shopify
germs and
takes
whatnot.
25%, which is a lot less than Etsy. Doing it all, I think he means doing it all, I'm left with my own webpage will make me more, but I lose the algorithms for traffic and advertising.
Huh.
Welcome in, Margie, Arrow Lover.
To kids caught up in various stuff. Yeah, Tammy, that is actually a pretty decent idea. I don't know. It's like I said, it seems like kids aren't really into that thing anymore. I asked my grandkids, they're not one of them was even remotely interested, you know? So.
Well, you know, I think what you could do is sell them as a lot on eBay. People
That's
look
what I
for
was
that kind of
thinking
stuff.
instead of individually, you
Yeah.
know, I need to research them. I need to do all kinds of research and the brain don't work. So I need to do some research on them and just pool them together and just put big bunches of them out there and get them over with, you know. Grand Princess wanted. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Our local police department has 2 cops. You know, I mean, it's really tiny here. So, you know, the police department, our police department here is actually at the end of our dirt road and across the main road. Well, and anybody else will call it a regular road. It's our main road. It's 2 lanes. Anyways, the police department's over there and they also do food drives there. And I thought, well, maybe, you know, I could give them to them and the people that are picking up food from the pantry there, you know, if they have an interest or they have little kids or whatever. So that's what I'm going to be checking into. But I don't even know that they'll take them. Like I said, it's a very small police department. I think it's probably the size of my house. And there's like 2 cops. You know, we don't really have a lot of cops or anything around here. So
What about the child protective services? Sometimes they have to go in and take, you know, children away, and they don't.
I wouldn't even know where that would be because we don't have, like, in our town, we have 2 gas stations, 2 bars. We have 1, 2, 3 restaurants. I mean, this is like within 50 miles, 30 miles, I guess, of us. I mean, there's not a whole lot here. We have a lumber place. We have an Ace Hardware. And then further down, we have a Walmart and a Meijer. And that's it. That's all the buildings, you know, other than farms, you know. So I wouldn't even know where. Like, I would probably have to, like, go to downtown Detroit, you know, or something to do that. I wouldn't even have any idea. That's a bad thing about being old. Number one, you're not on top of all the different agencies and things like that. And maybe the local library that's attached to the police department in the same parking lot.
Because sometimes the library will have, you know, like reading section, you know, like at
Yeah.
summer weekends or holidays, they'll have like a reading hour and the kids go in and they listen to stories. Then they could just take a little toy home just for fun.
Yeah, I think I'll go down to the cop shop and ask them because
Yeah.
I really don't know what else to do with them. And I know, you know, some kids would really like them. There's some cool things in there. My grandkids don't care.
The Samaritan's Purse agency, they go all over the whole world and they set up hospitals, and at Christmas they have these shoe boxes that they fill up and they'll send them all over the world to poor places of different things for kids.
Okay.
Donate it to them. Samaritan's Purse. It's Billy Graham's son runs it now.
Samaritan's Purse. I've never heard of it, number one, but number two, how would you get a hold of them?
You look it up on YouTube, and
okay.
Billy Graham's son, I can't remember his name now. He runs it now since both his parents died. So
Oh, you do got a big police department. Ours is 2 cops, 2 cars. That's it.
Tammy says my police department is huge. Over 22 SUVs, 6 motorcycles, plus 15 bicycle police.
Are you telling me you live in Mayberry? They had 2 cops.
Franklin, was that his name?
I think so.
That's what Pam was saying.
Yes,
Franklin.
I think that sounds right. Yes.
Yeah, my police department's so small, and I don't know where the next police department is. We have volunteer firemen. That's all we have, which 90% of the time there's nobody even in the building. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I live on a dirt road in the boonies, so maybe my daughter lives in the city. Maybe my daughter would know too. Anyways, I didn't mean to take up so much time about these doggone Beanie Babies, but I just don't know what to do with them. I'd like to give
I'm curious. Let's have a sneak. Let's see. They can go anywhere from $9 to $110.
Yeah, I knew some of them were, like worth money or whatever. That's if I was going to sell them or, I don't know. With me, I'd rather donate than sell them. And, there's nowhere around me that would be even remotely interested. So send them to Crystal and she can include some in her giveaways. There, Chuck.
You got a cat one in there anywhere and I'll take it.
I'll look and see.
Myself.
I'll look and see.
Because I'm looking, there is a calico cat goes for $6.99, usually $11. So
I'll look and see. There's probably a cat in there, Crystal. It probably is. And actually, Chuck, that's not a bad idea. I could stick them in my giveaways. Of course, my giveaways weigh enough at this point. But
they're not very heavy though.
Yeah, they're very small.
Yeah, but
Beanie Babies, Arrow Lover, the little Beanie Babies from 20, 30 years ago, little bitty stuffed animals.
Yeah, they're little tiny and they're weighted.
They have little tags on them that say Ty.
Yeah,
they were Ty Beanie Babies, and they had names and birth dates and all that.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, I'm talking one of them big totes, just pushed down. Full of them. I have lots. The Cabbage Patch dolls. I remember the Cabbage Patch. My daughters love them things.
They're big. I didn't think they were.
Yeah, I don't think I did either. Margie says, my kids love those. I wish I still had them. Yes, they would be worth money now for sure.
Yeah. Like I said, I found a big old tote of them. Something else, I found 3 totes that are so heavy, Mark can't even pick them up, full of my CDs. What do you do with CDs now? Do people even listen to CDs anymore?
I do.
I mean, I literally have thousands. No joke. Thousands of CDs. Because I'm a music person. That's always been my thing, Dina
Cabaz has a box full of them from McDonald's.
Oh, the McDonald's things. I have a girlfriend that collected those McDonald's things. Yeah.
Vicky Oodles says, my granddaughter would love that. She was looking for a toy in my recent win from Dee and was disappointed. So I gave her one of the planners.
Aw.
So see, maybe
Oodles. You should have told
find out whoever wins the giveaway if they have small kids, and if they do, include one.
Our grandkids.
Yeah. Pawn shop, they always have lots. Pawn shops?
Yeah.
I don't even know if we got one around here. I'll have to go searching for them. Like I said, we don't got much of anything here. We got a Walmart, a Myers, and Ace Hardware. Like things that we have an Applebee's now. They put an Applebee's and a Tim Hortons in the parking lot of I think it's Myers. And so I think they're starting to try to make us a city. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, if you run out of ideas, you can send them to me, and I'll take them to the Christmas drive here.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna work on stuff locally and see if there's something like that, and maybe throw a couple of giveaways here and there or something. I don't know what to do with them.
DenyseLee, are you still here?
Is Denise Hoffmann here by any chance?
I haven't seen her.
No, because a package I sent her out came back today. So it says insufficient address. So if anybody sees Denise, let her know that I'll be reshipping her package. I'm not really sure what happened, but they said insufficient. I've shipped stuff to her many, many times. I don't know why this one came back. So evidently there was a flaw in pirate ship or something. I don't know. But it said insufficient address and came back today. And last time I shipped was about 2 weeks ago. So it's been out there lingering.
What? Chuck says it's almost time for the caramel covered onions on a stick for the kids.
Caramel covered onions.
Oh.
I love onions and I love caramel.
But I'm like, what? Okay, DenyseLee, I just wanted to say I did write the gifted membership down. Thank you so very much. I just, everybody's been talking. I forgot, I did write it down, but I forgot to do your pro. So thank you. And Jessica Johnson got the gifted membership. Congratulations.
Oh.
Because no apples. No apples, onions.
So he's gonna do onions. I actually probably would like that because I have a weird taste, but I love onions and I love caramel. So, and I don't eat sweet. So once in a while I'll eat caramel. Once in a while I'll eat chocolate, and once in a while I'll eat cheesecake. But other than that, I don't really care for sweets. And that's like, when I say once in a while, I'm talking a couple times a year, maybe. Sweets have never been my thing. I think I was heavy. I've always been overweight, and I think I was really heavy back in the day when I ate a lot of bread and potatoes and noodles.
Hi, Zach. Welcome in.
I think it was more of the carbohydrates that did me in than anything else. I ate a lot of bread.
Karen is saying, talk to family. They can help. Use like an investment Beanie Babies, like in helping you sell them.
Yeah, we've got so much stuff that we just got stored in the garage up in the rafters and stuff. And I was like, we really need to, I'm trying to narrow things down for when this sounds so bad, but it's the truth. For when I pass away, I don't want my kids to have to go through all this crap. You know what I mean?
Garage sale.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Just open the door, slap a sign, garage sale, and let everybody dig.
Quite frankly, Patricia, I don't have time for a garage sale. I would love to have one, but I ain't got 5 minutes to myself every day. I'm doing something.
No. You hire somebody to do the garage sale for you.
Okay.
And you don't have to mess with it. You just advertise it in the newspaper or whatever, put some signs up, put it on YouTube or no, Messenger, whatever it is that y'all do.
You're creating work for me, Patricia.
You hire somebody to do, probably somebody that does estate sales will do it for you.
Yeah, they might.
They'll just come in and run it. You don't have to
probably charge me everything that I would have made,
But you'd be rid of it.
Chuck says, just to be a fly on the wall when one of them bites into it. He would make one an onion. A carameled onion.
And trick them?
Yeah.
They might be real healthy.
He's out of apples, Patricia. He's out of apples. He's got to do something.
I don't like thunderstorms if they're close, Zach. If they're far away, I like watching the lightning, but I don't like.
I love them
surrounding you.
If I could figure out a way to stand out in them and not get soaking wet, I would. I love storms.
You ever hear of Ben Franklin?
What's that?
You ever hear of Ben Franklin?
Oh yeah, Ben Franklin with
the storm and the kite and the key and all that junk. Well, there you go.
Yay, Rose done. Only one more to go. Yay.
That is amazing, Pamela Hunter. She says, Crystal, I just finished the crocheting part of my Boston's Grafghan. Can you believe it? Now to weave in all those strings on the back. I am so happy for you that you finally finished the Grafghan. When you do officially get it completed, send me a picture and I will share it on my channel. I mean, I will put it in a video, but I'm not doing Yarny Cat Spot like that anymore. But I will put it up on the video when I film and mention what it is, who it's from, and all that. So awesome. I'm so happy for you.
Honorary picture.
Yeah, an honorary picture.
Whoa. I'm knocking stuff
Let's
down.
see. We need to go ahead and do the entry giveaway. I have to use my phone because I tried to open my tablet this morning and it was dead. So I'm gonna have to use the small phone.
I gave my tablet to my son because I never use it. And he had like one of those Apple ones. I forget what they call them, but he had one of those and it got damaged. And he was freaking out about it. And I was like, here, you can have my tablet. It ain't an Apple, but you can have that. So I gave it to my son to use for his business and stuff, you know.
Well, mine was just a little small. I think it's called a RCA Voyager, and it was one of those. I bought it probably 10, 11 years ago, and it was pretty good at the time because the little tablet fit in. It made it like a little computer. It had a little docking lid where you could put the tablet in it and then connect it to a keyboard. Or you could pop the tablet out and just use it as a tablet. So I really liked it, you know, years ago. But
when I gave my son, I had a wireless keyboard and all that stuff for it. And I guess he's using it. So that's cool, you know. He's also selling he goes to card shows and stuff. If you guys know what I'm talking about, he sells like baseball cards.
He can take your Beanie Babies and sell them.
Well, he goes to card shows. You don't really sell that kind of stuff at card shows.
It's a collectible thing.
Yeah, but it's not a collectible show though. It's just cards.
Let's see. Hey, Yolanda, give me a keyword for the entry giveaway. Chuck says, are we doing the Secret Santa giveaway with mayo theme?
Get off the mayo thing. It's all from me doing a recipe for him.
No, it wasn't you that started it. Blanket? Okay. All right, that is going to be our keyword, blanket. We are going to draw 10 names. Vicky says blanket.
That works. That works, Vicky.
Hi, Summer. I don't know if you were here towards the beginning, but your package is on the way to you. You should have got tracking. We're up to 25, 26.
You know, it's funny, Crystal, as you told me about that, where on Pirate Ship, you enter people's email addresses so they get tracking notifications.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I would have known that in the start, because like I literally have hundreds and hundreds of names in my Pirate Ship. It would take me 10 years to put everybody's email address in there, you know?
Well, Pirate Ship does save the information. And say you pull up, say you're going to send something to me. You pull it up, you add in the email, it will save it the next time. But then when you go to ship, it would give you 2 options. You just delete the one that don't have the email somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've been using Pirate Ship a long time, and people's addresses have changed, or, you know, their apartment number, like, you know, unit 6 or whatever. Things like that have changed, and, you know, I get rid of the old one and put the new one in. But what I'm saying is it would literally take me till eternity to put everybody's.
No, don't do it all at one time. When you're shipping something out to somebody, creating a label for that package, just add their email right then. And then the next time you
Sounds
go
really
to
easy, but I'm sending out 60 packages at a time. You
Well,
know? Yeah, that's a lot of work. It's like, man, I wish there was an easier way. Like I could just transfer the emails over and let them figure it out. I'm trying to cut back on my work. I get overwhelmed, man. I'm overwhelmed.
All right, we're up to 27.
Good luck, everybody.
If you haven't yet, put in the keyword blanket.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm getting this section done. Yay.
Oh, there is an import spreadsheet function for shipping in Pirate Ship.
Okay.
You might need to get with her on how to do that.
With who? I missed it.
Infinitely Zero. Nessa.
Oh, Nessa. Okay, Nessa, I'll get a hold of you later or something. Yeah, I would really like to have done that. But, you know, I'd already been shipping a long time before I realized when you were saying that, you know, you can do that. I was like, man, I wish I'd have done it from the beginning. Squeeze your eyes closed and wish the email into the email spot and see if it appears. That's what I do. LOL. Still nothing. But I'm hopeful. Katie.
It is mine too, Chuck. Yep. I love Pirate Ship.
Yeah, me too.
I can even do it now.
Yeah, she has a separate account, one under her name for shipping stuff that is not channel related.
Thank you very much, Great Granny C. I appreciate you. That's sweet of you to say.
All right, I think everybody is in there. It's not going up. It's saying we got 28. So let's go ahead and draw. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck. Yes, it does, Chuck. Diana D, congratulations.
Heard of them.
Yep. All right, number 2, good luck.
DenyseLee, speak of the devil. Is that the way they say? I didn't mean that literally, Denise.
Congrats, Denise.
Congratulations.
Right. Next, number 3. Good luck.
Arrow lover.
Margie, congrats. All right, next, number 4.
Great Granny C.
Congrats.
Congratulations. That didn't come out right.
Congrats, Great Granny C. All right, next, number 5. Good luck. Nessa.
Congratulations, Nessa.
All right, next, number 6, good luck.
Good luck. Yolanda.
Congrats, Yolanda.
Congratulations, Yolanda.
All right, next, number 7. Yeah, number 7.
Dina Cabayas. Congratulations, Dina.
All right, next, number 8. Diane Major.
Congratulations, Diane. I realized I was saying it before Crystal even got the phone turned around, so I thought I'd wait.
All right. Second to last, number 9. Good luck.
Melanie J.
Morning, Screaming Goat.
I still laugh every time I hear that thing.
I'm going to laugh with the next one. I like the next one. All right. Last entry winner for today. Everyone gets 2 entries.
Angela Wright.
Angela Wright.
Congratulations, Angela. That one reminds me of Bigfoot.
It is. It's the Bigfoot one.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
It's the howl, but I always think that one's like a foghorn, you know?
Yeah, it does sound like a foghorn. You're right.
All righty. Congratulations, everyone. And thanks for coming to our live. Sit and Spin is this Friday with me and Bridget. Katie's not going to be here, but I will have her on the last Friday of the month, I believe. Katie will be with me then.
You want to scream and grandma?
Yeah, Katie can sound like a foghorn too. All righty, everyone. Take care, stay safe, and we will see y'all later. Thanks for being here. We hope y'all have a good rest of the afternoon. Bye for now, everybody.